So, team, it is Tuesday, April 24th, and this is our final April Lunch and Learn, although we will certainly continue and do some of them in May as well. But we are actually really, we're only a day out from month end here, so tomorrow's Wednesday, which means if you want to get paid this week and whatever promotions you're working on to wrap up this month, you definitely want to get your stuff submitted. And of course, I always recommend we not wait until tomorrow night. That way, whenever, decline credit cards, things like that happen, and it's a lot harder to reach somebody at 11 o'clock at night to resolve their declined credit card than it would be at like 12 o'clock today. So go ahead and start closing up your stuff so that you can get paid, so that you can earn your Rich Rewards, so that you can earn your Mercedes, so that you can get your promotion and everything else you may be working towards this month. So today I thought that we would discuss the ever popular topic of bookings, because without bookings, what are we doing in this business? That is our bread and butter. That is how we make money. That is where we meet our captive audience to purchase the jewelry, to book shows, and to join our team. So the more shows that you have scheduled, the more appointments, the more fundraisers, then the more people that you are meeting on a daily basis and a weekly basis and a monthly basis. So that is the key to your success. Now, what we're going to talk about today are the 3 reasons that people book shows. And then we're going to talk about the 3 reasons that people don't book shows, and what you can do about each of those things. Okay, so the number 1 reason that people book shows, and if you were about to get ahead of me and just start to write down free stuff, that is incorrect. The number 1 reason people book shows is for fun. They love a fun social event. And if that's not what your show is, then that's why you're not getting bookings. So think about, there's so many aspects to this particular part of it. So when you create a fun environment, that's what makes people want to come back to anything. Think about a restaurant that you like. If you go to a restaurant and the food is delicious, but it's like a morgue in there, chances are you're not going back because it wasn't fun. If you go to a gym and the workout's really difficult, but everyone's in there like cheering each other on, and the trainer is a fun person, and the other people you're working out with are high-fiving you, and you're all having a great time, then you'll go back, because even though it was such a hard workout, you will have had fun and you'll want to go back. So if our shows are fun, then people want to come back. And your booking, that future hostess, is the person who not only does she want to come back, but she wants to invite her friends to a similar type of experience. So that's all the reasons why we have to always have a high fun factor on our shows. And that can include everything from guest involvement. So when you have that type of crowd that likes to be in it with the jewelry and trying on and touching each other with putting things on each other, then that's what you go with. That's what's fun for them. If your fun environment is where the show is going to be hosted, do you know that there's, a really fun restaurant, they have fun music or different kinds of margaritas or whatever, and then that's what's going to be fun for people to come to this fun, popular restaurant, then that's going to be the fun factor. So whatever is going to increase the fun factor, what is definitely not fun is feeling like they're in a lecture, feeling like there's too much, I do a very structured show in that I have a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it definitely has a structure to it. However, it's not so structured that we can't stray from which piece of jewelry I had in mind to show next. So, when I'm showing one piece, I may have in mind what I want to show next, but maybe there's a guest who kind of like interrupts and wants to throw something in or is pointing out what her friend has on. Then we just go with that because that's what's going to be fun for them. What people also find fun is to learn something valuable at the show. So that's actually a little peek into reason 3. So I'm actually going to hold that one. But so the fun is huge. If people are not smiling and laughing at your shows, then we have to make some adjustments to your show. Okay, so the number 2 reason that people book shows is what's in it for their friends. Okay, so meaning the value that they're going to bring to their friends. So for us, that's the sale. That is the customer sale. People want to bring the value of the sale to their friends. Now, the way that we make them really understand the value that they're getting is, of course, clearly explaining the sale. It's when we reiterate the value of the sale throughout the show. I don't just explain the sale once at the beginning. I usually recap it at some point in the middle of the show as well, where I'll say, okay, so now that, you've kind of started building your list, I'm just going to recap the sale for a second because it makes a lot more sense once you actually have your list. So looking at your list, your 2 lowest price pieces are what's going to be your regular price. So hopefully by now you've jotted down some earrings, an inexpensive ring, one of our cute bracelets, because those are things that are really particularly good for those 2 low priced items, so that a lot of those other things you just wrote down, we're going to get you for half price. And that's how you're going to get your more, the rest of your list, whether it's one of the Clarity bracelets that you're going to now get for $22 instead of $44, or whether it's a $120 necklace that you are loving and you're going to get it for $60. And then, of course, I hope you still have one nice high-end, piece taunting you here on your wish list, because that's the piece that is likely to be your bonus item. So if you are noticing anything on your list that's missing, if you have only high-end things written down, then as you continue to browse, please make sure that you take a look for some lower-end pieces as well, so that I'm able to help you get the best deal possible. Another phrase that I use, and actually Tammy Christensen had shared this with me. When I sit and do the order with you, I'm going to help you shop like a friend. And what that means is that when you go into a store with your friend, she doesn't say, ooh, let's go right here in the front and get all the most expensive things and not use a coupon and find a way to spend the most money today we can. No friend does that. It's, ooh, let's go see what's on clearance. Let's go in the back. Did you bring your coupon? All of this, is how your friends help you shop. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with you. If you sit down with me, you have one inexpensive item and then a whole bunch of higher end items, I'm going to help you find an inexpensive second item so that I don't have to charge you $90 for something that, as one of your full price items. So that's because my job here today is to help you get the most amount of jewelry for the least amount of money. That is bringing value to the hostess's friends. And that's what's going to help you get a booking from the girl sitting there who knows that her sister loves jewelry and her neighbor wears jewelry for work and just, she's having a good time. That's how you're going to get bookings from those women. Okay, so what is in it for their friends? Not as much what's in it for them. So, because you ever do a show where you're like, and because when you all buy, Susan's going to get a big shopping spree, and she's like, oh, that's okay, you don't have to buy. And then you're like, you realize that was actually the wrong strategy, because that particular group, like the hostess, is embarrassed almost. So better to focus on what they're getting. Then, of course, yes, number 3 is that people do like to know what they are going to get out of it, which, of course, is free and discounted jewelry. Don't just talk about free. It's free and discounted jewelry, because think about our hostess program. It's not just the free. You're talking about saving like 70%. It's not even just free and half price, right? A thank you piece that has a high value, like $120 value, that they're only paying $20, that's $100 off of $120. So that's, what is that, 80% discount or more? So you can say, you know, you're getting jewelry credit to shop with for free, and you're going to get discounted pieces like 80% discount, 50% discount. These are numbers that people are like, wow, that's amazing. So don't overlook the discounted part as well. Okay, so those are the three main reasons why people book. So as you are thinking of your show, are you hitting all of those points? You know, and the fun being the most important part. People are very, very busy today, and they're getting more particular with how they'll spend their time. Because someone who is at work all day, if they have any inclination at all that this is going to be boring, torturous, or anything, they would rather slap on their leggings and sit on the couch for the rest of the night and watch American Idol. But if they're going to have fun, especially if they've been with you before, or they have, you know, their coworker that invited them for 2 weeks has been carrying on about, oh my gosh, the last party we laughed so hard, she raffled away jewelry, we had so much fun, she shared all these great ideas of how to wear stuff. She's not going to want to throw the leggings on. She's going to want to come, unless she already has leggings on, in which case she can just come with her leggings on. So we're all set. So let's talk about 3 reasons why people don't book. Okay, because remember, people are way busier in their head than they are in real life. Because when people are thinking about, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this, not all of that's getting done that day. Not all of that actually takes that long. So when we can slow that whole thought process down in their head, that is when they book, you know, because time, I mean, it's an excuse. It is a reason. I don't even mean to say excuse, because it is a reason not to book, but we need to just kind of slow down the reality of what's in their head. So the number one reason that people do not book is because you did not ask. So here's what that sounds like. When you're at your show and you're saying, so if any of that sounds good, let me know if you would like to book a show. And then you think that's asking people. That is not even close to asking people. That is letting people know that you do parties, which they already know because they're sitting in a chair watching you do one. So what it is, they need a personal invitation. And they need to, you know, be helped to overcome those busy in their head obstacles or whatever other obstacles that we are, you know, needing to overcome to get that booking. Because remember, a good seller is selling products. Yes, so we are selling the jewelry, but we're also selling the idea of having a show, and we are selling our business opportunity. So we don't want to overlook what it is that we are actually selling. It's not just jewelry. We have to sell having a show, and we have to sell the business opportunity. Now, here's the problem with when we sit down with guests, right? So we all know that there's like left brain and right brain, right? So left brain is all the analytical parts. This is where like your numbers live and all like your practical whatever, okay? And each of us have a side that's stronger than the other, but so that's like your analytical side. Then on our right side is all of our like creativity and, you know, artsy. That's our happy place. This is where the fun lives. This is where our party zone is. So think about order taking time here at Park Lane. People already are kind of feeling like they need an abacus to do their order, right? They're like, oh my gosh, what am I getting for free? What am I getting for half? What am I getting for full? I get a bonus item. I don't remember what she said about that. So some of people are coming up and trying to figure out in their head what it is that they're going to spend. So we're sitting there, right, with our phones calculating their orders or whatever, and we're there. We hit the thing 2,000 times. We're calculating savings. We're calculating half price items. They're like, almost like they're feeling like they're in Vegas. Like, am I spending 100? Am I spending 200? Am I spending? They're like, it's like roulette. Where are they waiting for? Where is it going to land, right? So all this math is going on in their head. And then in 2 seconds, we're like, so do you want to have a show? And now it's like a train crash is happening in their head because they were living here hard for 5 minutes while you figured out the order. And now it's like, do you want to have a show? So now they're like, no, because it's just too overwhelming. So they're like, no, I'm all set. And of course you're sitting there like, all set with what? Or she's like, oh, I'm okay. Like, who is that okay with? It's not okay with me. It's not okay with my hostess. We need to continue this relationship. I want to help you get more jewelry. We want to have more fun together. So we need to gradually bring them back to the right as we have done this math with them. So here's how we gingerly bring people to that side. Okay, first we're going to compliment them on their selections. That is just some nice, light, small talk. So you're saying, oh, that focus bracelet, what a great choice for one of your regulars. You can blend that with all the silver jewelry that you already have. You can wear it with gold. Anytime you want to do that mixed metal we were talking about. So I love that you chose that. Oh, all right, I see you're a rose gold fan, because we're going to get you a couple of rose gold pieces here. So trendy. Is any of this for a gift, or is this all for you? And then get a little, so now they're like, oh, yeah, I'm getting this for my daughter. She's graduating. And now you're getting, again, a little more ammunition, or of things that that they might need, or oh yeah, I'm giving that I'm giving that to my pastor at church. I know that she would love this. So now I know, oh, she's a churchgoer. Maybe she would like to hear about fundraising if she says no to a show. Just all more information. Oh, it's for my daughter. She's graduating. Where is she graduating from? Or she's going to wear this to the prom. All just more information that we can jot down on that sheet, right? So now, here's how, so this kind of brings us to the second thing, and this is the continuation of what we're going to do at order time to make this happen, because they're not booking because they can't make a decision. Okay, they don't know when they would book. They don't even know would I have a day or a night, because they're at a Friday night show, but there's somebody who might have done a Sunday brunch. They don't even know if you do a Sunday brunch because they're at a Friday night, and they think what they're at is what you do. They may not know, maybe you're somebody who is able to do a Tuesday morning show. How would she know that unless that's something that you engage with them about and you help them to make a decision? So we need to help them make a decision by continuing on with this gradual motion from here to here. Okay, so things like, so Jen, did you have fun tonight? Okay, I love leading with that, because I know they had fun at my party. So I know that's going to get me a little yes, right? And then, so do you think that your friends would enjoy something like this? Do you think your friends would enjoy this jewelry? Now, do you still have items on your wish list? Now, you may not even have to ask that, because you could see perfectly well if they have 15 items on their list, they're not getting them all that night. All right, so Jen, you still have items on your wish list here, I see. And they usually go, yeah, I know. I mean, I can't get all of that. My husband will kill me. You know what? It sounds then like, with your busy schedule, that we might just need to find a date that might work so we can have fun with your friends and get you the rest of this list. See how we're just kind of moving them. We're just moving them, okay? So that's how you bring somebody from the math assault back to the fun zone, okay? Now, what is the third reason people don't book? Fear that nobody will come, okay? So it's actually just helping them in the inviting process that solves this one. So we need to give our hostess tools and let them know we're giving them those tools. So we want to, the day after they book their show, send them the pretty text that can even just serve as a save the date, even if it's not a full-on invitation yet. Just one of the basic ones from the social media page or from the field interface, where you can just do save the date, Girls Night Out, new jewelry, June 10th. More info to follow. And that way she has a quick little something on her own phone and she can shoot it out to her key few. Because people know that not everybody they invite will come. But she probably like really wants her sister, her best friend, and her mom. So if the 3 of them will be able to come, then she'll proceed on. And then we provide them a nice invitation and then even something the day of that they can shoot out. And you don't have to make that special for every single one. You can just have one standard blanket, you know, can't wait to see you tonight. I'm all set for you, you know, beautiful jewelry. And then she can just send that out. And every hostess can use the same one. So when I was at the retreat with Mary Grace and Belinda Ellsworth was the speaker, and she was telling us that they did a survey about the reasons people cancel. And one of the main reasons why people cancel is that what they said was, she said it would be easy, right? Because we tell them, yeah, just get 3 to 5 girls. It's fine. We're going to have a great little night. Now, and then the next day, it's like, okay, so what I'm going to need is for you to return a guest list. I'm going to set up and if we start going for the jugular with 10,000 things that they have to do in order to have their party, they're like, that's not what we said. We said it was going to be easy, and I'll provide you a save the date text, and you can have 3 to 5 girls, and that's what we come across with in the following days, then they're not going to cancel because they don't feel like they were lied to by that all of a sudden they have to do all this extra work. So it is our job to make it easy for them. And I use those words when I am giving them their host packet. I say, listen, I make this as easy for you as possible. I'm giving you this packet here so that you have a place to hold your stuff. In here is a catalog that you can bring to work. Anybody who wants to order, write down what they want, send me a picture of it on your phone. I will work out the sale. Of course, people can use the link as well. So if you have long distance people that just want to click the link in order, I'm going to have that set up for you as well. And then I'm going to send you a text that you can send out to whoever you'd like. So you can send that to any of your friends that are texters. And are you on Facebook? Because I'm actually happy to set you up a Facebook event as well. So I don't, that's 3 things. And then I send them home with if they say they're not on Facebook, I write that down. So not on Facebook, so that I don't get a little worked up about that there's no Facebook event, because that's to me how I know, a big way that I know a show is happening, when there's people in the event, there's people commenting or liking the photos, and there's some RSVPs. I feel confident we're having a show. But to just keep it simple, keep it light, and not overwhelm them with 1,000 things, because once we have the booking, now we need to keep the booking. And our job at that point is to keep it easy and keep them excited. Does anyone have a question on any of the points that we talked about just now? Or a comment? Is there any wrap-up comment that you would like to make? Anything that was particularly helpful?
I did love the save the date idea, because especially with the 4 booking concept, I think for me, like, that has caused or changed my mindset that I can book out further. And so, or just, at a show, okay, we're just going to get a date on the calendar, it doesn't matter when it is.
Right.
That sometimes it's too far away to do all of the nitty-gritty details, but to have a save the date and make that, fun. I love that. That was good. A good takeaway.
Awesome. All right. So, thank you so much for joining on. I hope you found this helpful. As always, I'm going to post the recording so that if you came on late, or for those that missed it and are watching it later, I'm glad that you were able to do that. And as always, under the post of the recording, I love to hear your takeaways and see what is the first thing you're going to put into action. So let's have a great end of the week, and I will talk to you all real soon. Bye.